Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 23 rebuild. In today's episode, we're going to be rebuilding the New York Giants, but with the new addition of Darren Waller. They traded away a third-round pick for Darren Waller. Yes, he's 30 years old. Do I care? Absolutely not. What a fleecing by the Giants. Oh, well, the Raiders are in a rebuild. What, you think you're going to find someone better for a third-round pick in the draft than Darren Waller? Didn't think so. Exactly. Changing scheme because unfortunately, we have Daniel Jones. So, someone told me whenever you're in a 3-4 to use Pittsburgh's playbook. I've always tried it. It's never worked, but I'm going to continue to try it because people always give me suggestions and then somehow they never work. But no, I'm kidding. Anyways, Daniel Jones got a 4-year, $160 million contract. If I'm not exact on that, sorry. Retarded contract. I would pay Daniel Jones $30 million a year for 2 years at most, just to give him a chance. But after that, don't care. I think it was a moronic contract to give to Daniel Jones. Saquon got tagged in real life. Sterling Shepard, Richie James, Darius Slayton. They just lost Jacoby Myers in free agency to the Raiders. And then offensively, Tyree Phillips as well. Andrew Thomas. I think Andrew Thomas should be a superstar. Evan Neal should not be a superstar after the year he had. Yeah, it was a rough start, but Andrew Thomas also had a rough start, so who knows? He could be good. Defensively, though, Azeez Ojulari, Bobby Okereke, they just got from the Colts. Kayvon Thibodeau, Xavier McKinnon, Adoree Jackson, Big Play Darnay, Dexter Lawrence, who had a crazy breakout year this year, and the Big Cat Leonard Williams. But yeah, if there's any players here that are currently in free agency and anything happens in free agency that is between the time of Tuesday, March 14th, 5:46, sorry, don't care. It happened, and I cannot predict the future. But we are going to see who we have for the players ready to negotiate and the player retirements for the NFC East, I believe it is. And yes, Brett Kern and Brandon Graham both retire on the Eagles. Let's see what we got here for the players ready to negotiate. We have Saquon Barkley, who got tagged in real life, so I'm not going to give him a legitimate contract. Just going to give him 1 year, then dump his salary, so that way he forcefully wants to play for a new team and I have to tag him. Sterling Shepard, I think he re-signed with the Giants. I don't remember his exact contract. I'll give him the 2 years and increase his salary and bonus so he stays and he re-signs. I don't know if that's for sure in real life. Julian Love, I don't think the Giants plan to re-sign Julian Love in real life. I don't know that for sure. So since I don't know that for sure, I'm just going to give him, for now, I don't know, dude. I don't know what they plan to do with him in real life, but I honestly want Julian Love, so I'm going to give him 5 years. I don't care. He's staying with the team. He's young, and he's good overall. Darius Slayton, I think Darius Slayton will probably hit the open market. I don't think the Giants will re-sign him, so for that reason, I'm not going to re-sign him. I would like to re-sign him for the Giants, but they're not going to. I don't think they're going to re-sign Richie James. Isaiah Hodgins, I think they're going to give him a couple years. I'll do 3 years with Isaiah Hodgins, and he re-signs. And then Daniel Jones, God, I have to pay him fat deal. Let's give him player-friendly. It was like $40 million a year, so I'm going to have to rake up this contract, dude. God, this is disgusting to see. This is so bad. $40 million a year, I believe, is around the contract he had over 4 years. And I have to rake it up all the way up there. This is such a bad deal. I don't know the exact contract details if you hadn't already known, but he is now at $40 million a year for 2026. God, this is such a terrible deal. God. And Landon Collins is going to walk. Everyone else here I don't know about, and I'm going to have to tag Saquon Barkley because that's what happened in real life. Paying Daniel Jones hurts me so bad. Anyways, I'm going to skip into the drafts because I don't know who's going to sign where in free agency, and I don't want to take the risk of accidentally signing someone, and then someone in my comments blows up at me and tells me I'm a retard. So let's get to the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up wide receiver Josh Downs out of North Carolina. Super fast, 5'10", 171, great separator, and playmaker archetype. I would consider him more of a deep threat, but hidden development, he's going to be a great addition to the team. So this is the team going into our first season. I'm going to move Josh Downs to wide receiver 2 next to Sterling Shepard. Does he play slot as well? I'll move him in the slot as well. Why not? And Bobby Okereke, Azeez Ojulari, Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau. Maybe more depth at DB is needed. Barkley, definitely going to re-sign him long-term. And yeah, the team honestly looks pretty good, rocking out with the Kansas City offense, so that way we get more passing under us, so that way maybe Daniel Jones can get star dev because it's going to be needed for his development. And I got the Pittsburgh's defense, so let's see how that goes. It's just going to rock out with 1 year for that, just that way I can see how well this playbook works. But let's move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 4-3, second in the division, highly contested division. Let's see the scouting national focus. I honestly still think we need wide receiver, if I'm being honest. The rest of the team's wide receivers are just meh. We have Sterling Shepard and Josh Downs, and we also have Darren Waller, of course. But let's see the players that we have ready to negotiate. Dexter Lawrence, huge contract. We're locking him up long-term, 7-year deal. He's re-signed. Barkley, I'm going to do a 5-year deal with him. He re-signs. And then Deshaun Hand can walk. Andrew Thomas, franchise left tackle, 7-year deal. He re-signs. And the Xavier McKinnon doesn't want to be here. I don't care. I want him here. So he re-signs. Very player-friendly deal. Adoree Jackson. I'm fine with a 3-year deal, honestly. I'll be cool with that. He's not considering right now, so I guess we'll have to hand that off later. Leonard Williams, I'm not going to do a 3-year deal with. I'll wait until the end of the season to get to that. Graham Gano can walk. Big play Darnay would be good depth for the right price. And Tyree Phillips can walk. Everyone else here can walk. Don't really have an interest in them. So apart from that, guys, it is now time to move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 11-6, second in the division. This playbook seems to be working pretty well. I like this. I'm going to rock out with this. 11-6 here, face the 8-9 Niners in the wild card, and we don't even get a first-round bye. Daniel Jones, honestly, good pass rating. Not a bad year. 10th best offense in the NFL, 9th best defense, but we were in a passing scheme. 4,400 yards, 35 touchdowns, 9 receptions, and 109 pass rating. That's honestly a good year. Rushing-wise, Barkley, 17 touchdowns, 5.6 per carry, 1,400 yards. Even though we're in a passing scheme, it doesn't stop Barkley. Receiving-wise, Josh Downs, 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns, great rookie year. Wow, Barkley had a way better receiving season than Sterling Shepard. Okay. Defensively, Bobby Okereke, 112 tackles for a loss, 15 for Kayvon Thibodeau, sacks, 13.5 for Kayvon Thibodeau, 11 for Dexter Lawrence, 4 interceptions for Bobby Okereke, and safeties, 1 for Ellerson Smith. Okay, I don't know who that is. 0 defensive touchdowns. But let's see what we got here for the wild card against the 8-9 San Francisco 49ers, who I believe Brock Purdy is their quarterback. We lost to him anyway, so it doesn't matter. 28-21, let's move into the offseason. Jimmy Garoppolo faces off against his old team and loses to his replacement, Brock Purdy, and he wins the Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow wins the league MVP. Giants Saquon Barkley wins Offensive Player of the Year in a passing scheme. That's crazy. Anyways, let's see what we got here for the player upgrades. Daniel Jones should have start Ev after that type of a season. He doesn't. I'm going to give him it. Dude, are you going to tell me 4,400 yards, 35 to 9 interceptions, and then he has 109 pass rating, which it won't show here. He had 109 pass rating, isn't a good season. By the way, this 2022 season right here is inaccurate. This is just from the CPU. But this right here, this is a great season. I don't know why he wouldn't have start Ev after that, so I'm going to give him start Ev at least for that. I don't think he's a superstar, of course, but that was definitely a start Ev worthy season for sure. So I'm going to give him start Ev. If you want to complain in the comments, don't care. Josh Downs only has start Ev here. Barkley's up to a 99 overall. Thibodeau gets superstar X Factor. That's nice to see. I would have loved to see Julian Love get start Ev, pun intended. Let's move into the re-signings. In the NFC East, Tyrod Taylor and a fullback for the Eagles retires with Fletcher Cox as well. It's fine with me. So let's see the players ready to negotiate here. As we have Deshaun Hand, who has more of an interest. Adoree Jackson. Now that you're like super interested, can you do team friendly 2 years? And he wants to test free agency. That's fine with me. I'm not tagging him for $21 million. He can walk. Leonard Williams, I'll do 2 years with you, bro. That's okay. You can walk too. I'm not going to do more than 2 years. Graham Gano can walk. Big play Darnay. It's honestly not even a bad contract, even if it's very player friendly, and he still wants to play for a new team. Okay. He can walk. I guess we're going to have to scoop some players back in free agency. I'll try to get Adoree Jackson back, but let's move into it. After free agency, huge signing in CeeDee Lamb, got Leonard Williams back on a 2-year deal, and I got Bryce Hall instead of Adoree Jackson. Adoree Jackson went to the Steelers. Let's move in to the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up left end Terrence Beckford out of California. Hidden dev, 6'4", 297, 88 strength, and 83 speed. He seems pretty good, and I like his skills. In the third round, I'm picking up right guard Tony Winters out of Clemson, pass protector, 6'2", 306, and 87 strength. So this is the team going into the second season. Winters is a star development better. He's going to be starting year 1. CeeDee Lamb, Josh Downs is going to be playing receiver 3. Sterling Shepard, I can't keep for too long. Wandale Robertson. Kayshon Boutte is also someone who I got. Is Hodgins? I guess I didn't re-sign Hodgins. Or he got cut maybe. I don't know. But Josh Downs is going to move up over Wan'Dale Robinson and Keyshawn Boutte. And yeah, team is looking pretty good. Bush, I picked him up in like the second round. He ends up not being a bad player either. Definitely need some DB help. Did I miss another D? I swear, yeah, big play Darnay and Dory Jackson both left. That's unfortunate. I'm going to definitely need to look at getting some new DBs. So anyways, that's a lot of practice squad players. Let's move into the midseason mark. Here we're at the midseason mark as we are 2-4. Offense is suddenly not performing. This is what I have to deal with in every rebuild. The first year they perform, then after that they're like, yeah, I don't really feel like it. I'm just going to keep going Kansas City offense. Why is it such a problem that we run Kansas City offense? Actually, I need to switch into multiple zone run for my scheme. I think it's vertical zone run. Every time I run vertical zone run, my offense just starts being bad for some reason. Multiple zone run. I don't care if it's a 41% scheme fit. Scheme fits only matter for XP during training. So, scouting national focus, I'm going to go with defensive back here. That is what we by far need by most. And that didn't really make sense what I just said, but anyways, just deal with it. We're going to see who we have for the players ready to negotiate. Coming off of a shutout loss to the Vikings, okay. Darren Waller, I want him back for the rest of the rebuild. 3 years works for me, and he wants more money. Okay, Bobby Okereke. I'll be fine with him, honestly, for the rest of the rebuild. He resigns. Aziz Ojolari doesn't want to be here. I don't care. Resign. And he wants even more money. Okay. Sterling Shepard can walk. I'm not going to sign him for that. Everyone else here, not interested even. Yeah, not interested in them. So apart from that, hopefully our team can turn it around with a new scheme. And let's move into the playoffs. Comeback on the season. Guess the schemes really do matter. Our offense suddenly woke up. 10-7 here to face the 9-8 Minnesota Vikings, who put us out 26-0 at the midseason. But apparently in real life we put them out. So let's put them out here, as they do have home field advantage. Danny Dimes, not a bad season in real life, but in Madden, not good. 6th best offense, 1st best defense. Like, in real life, this is not bad, especially with a 105 passer rating. Just being 22nd in the NFL for touchdowns is not good. So, rushing-wise, Barkley, 1,600 yards, 5.7 per carry, 17 touchdowns, continues to dominate. Receiving-wise, CeeDee Lamb, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. Darren Waller, almost 1,000 yards. Defensively, John Bush, the rookie, 118 tackles for a loss, 21 for Dexter Lawrence, sacks 18.5 for Thibodeau, and 13.5 for Leonard Williams. Interceptions, 3 for John Bush, and let me see, Leonard Williams is right end. I'm making sure because I drafted a left end in the draft and I missed him. 0 safeties and defensive touchdowns is 0. So I want to see my left end actually that I drafted in the first round, because I'm not going to lie, I kind of forgot about them completely. So defensively, he's a 79 overall back forward. Okay, that's fine. He fills out our defensive line a little bit better. Hopefully Bush gets started after that many tackles. But let's see if we can beat the 9-8 Minnesota Vikings to move on to the divisional round. And okay, 28-10. Here to face the 10-7 Tampa Bay Buccaneers to move on to the conference championship. Okay, the Niners put us out last year in the wild card round, so let's see if we can put them out in the conference championship. Here we are at home, here to face the, I believe, 9-8 San Francisco 49ers, 14-0, 17-0, 3-score lead start for them. Okay, good job, Giants. Let's do me a favor and wake up. Okay, 20-14 at half. Okay, 23-14, 23-17, 26-17, 24-26. Come on, 26-27. Coming back from a 3-score deficit to move on to the Super Bowl. This 49er chokers, dude. What? And here we are to face the 9-8 Kansas City Chiefs. How did the Chiefs go 9-8? I mean, they're in the Super Bowl, so this is going to be harder either way. Offensively, Winters has start F. There's no upgrades offensively, though, unfortunately. Defensively, Kayvon Thibodeau gets X Factor. Awesome to see, but nobody else resigns. So let's see who we're going to be facing, well, how hard this is going to be against the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Here we are in Arlington, Texas, I believe, for the Super Bowl, our division rival stadium. 10-3 starts, 17-3, 3-score deficit, but we've already faced those before. Actually, a 2-score deficit, but now it's 1 score. And 17-10, 17-17, the comeback is crazy. 24-20, 24-27, 24-31. Ooh, let's go! Danny Dimes is clutch, baby. 24-30, Danny Dimes putting it away for us, as this is a successful rebuild. And Danny Dimes had 3 touchdowns. He's most likely going to be the Super Bowl MVP. And your Super Bowl MVP is Danny Dimes. Josh Allen wins the league MVP. Saquon Barkley wins back-to-back Offensive Player of the Year, which is crazy. We've already seen the development upgrades. Let's move into the re-signings. In the NFC East, Lane Johnson and Zach Martin, both one of the greats for offensive linemen, retire. Let's see the players ready to negotiate. Darren Waller, I would expect you want to be here more, dude. Like, come on. I want you for the rest of the rebuild. Even though you're an 84 overall, he does resign. Aziz, I will continue to overpay for him. He's part of our pass rush. He resigns. Sterling Shepard can walk. Everyone else here can walk. We have $55 million to spend, and I already paid my QB, so let's move into free agency. After free agency, I got Trey Smith and moved him from right guard to left guard. That's all I wanted to spend in free agency. I didn't want to overpay for certain players, so let's go to the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up a guy who skipped the combine, so he is a total baller, 6 foot, 198, 92 speed, 91 acceleration, hidden development zone type out of Arkansas. He seems pretty good. In the second round, I'm picking up wide receiver Tyrell Denard. He was supposed to be a first round pick, and he just fell late into the second round. I don't know why he was there. He's 6'4", 235, great athletics. He has great attribute. I have no idea why this first round pick fell, but he's mine now. So this is the team after the draft. Denard is a 74 overall. Yeah, I still have no idea why teams passed on that guy. Yeah, he's 6'4", and he's going to be playing in my slot at 6'4". And then defensively, Bradley is 73. I'm going to move him up. He's also playing in my slot position as well, so he's going to get more reps that way. And yeah, the defense looks great. I love what we got here. Insanely good. And yeah, let's go get another Super Bowl as the CPU picked up this guy named Parks, because I sure as hell didn't draft him. Anyways, it's now time to move into the third season and move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark. Our team ranks aren't bad. It's particularly the offense that needs to improve. I would say more like Danny Dimes needs to improve. But I guess go defensive back again. There's nothing else that I necessarily need on this team. I guess more depth at DB would be better. So why not do that? Players ready to negotiate. We have Kayvon Thibodeau. Gonna need to overpay for him because he doesn't want to play here. What do you specifically want, actually? Need to make sure I get this. He wants no state income tax. I'm sorry. Don't you? Wait, what? He lives in New Jersey. New Jersey has no state. I'm looking this up. New Jersey has no state income tax. States without income tax. Yeah. See. Am I tripping? I swear New Jersey was one of them that didn't have state income tax. Okay, never mind. I can't fix the facts that he doesn't want state income tax. Sorry. Team has franchise QB. I mean, our QB just won the Super Bowl, but I can't change the tag. He doesn't like our scheme. Okay, Evan Neal, I'm sorry that you don't like our scheme. He resigns. That's fine. Honestly, you know what? This may be considered cheating to some people, but it's not to me. Kayvon Thibodeau didn't get his 5th-year option. I'm going to give him his 5th-year option. If you don't like that, you can cry in the comments. I don't care. I'm giving him his 5th-year option. And Evan Neal should have been given one too, but I just gave him a contract. Doesn't matter to me. Big Cat, I'm fine with another 2-year deal. We don't have the money. Never mind. Yeah, everyone else here can walk. Don't really have an interest in them. I gave Kayvon Thibodeau his 5th-year option. So anyways, let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 12-5, top of the division. Wow, above the Cowboys and the Commanders. Coming off wins, the Cowboys here to face the 9-8 Green Bay Packers, who have Jordan Love now. Daniel Jones. In real life, that's a good season, but in Madden, not so much. 21st in passer rating. Offense did good. Defense was 17th. 600 yards, 32 touchdowns, 7 receptions. Good ratio, good passer rating. Just in Madden, 32 touchdowns isn't good, but in real life it is. Rushing-wise, Barkley, 20 touchdowns, 6.1 per carry, 1,700 yards. Crazy season. Probably another Offensive Player of the Year. CeeDee Lamb, 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns. Darren Waller, 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns. Defensively, Bobby Okereke, 108 tackles with Josh Bush with 108, and Trevor Bradley, the rookie, with 108. Okay, 107. How many tackles do we get? 107 for Julian Love. 4 players with triple-digit tackles. Dexter Lawrence, 21 tackles for a loss along Kayvon Thibodeau. Sacks, 16 for Kayvon Thibodeau, 7.5 for Dexter Lawrence, and 7.5 for Terrence Beckford. Interceptions, 2 for Trevor Bradley. Safeties on the team is 1 for John Bush, and a defensive touchdowns is 0. If John Bush does not get a star dev, I will give it to him. Can we beat the 9-8 Green Bay Packers to move on to the divisional round? And we do not. Wow, okay. 21-13, let's move into the offseason. And the Packers barely beat the Chiefs, Chiefs getting back-to-back Super Bowl losses. Anthony Richardson with the Packers wins the Super Bowl MVP. Okay, Kyler Murray wins the league MVP. Barkley, your 3-time Offensive Player of the Year award. Going crazy. Let's see the upgrades. I wish there was a upgrade above X Factor because that's what Barkley would be. Parks is a star dev, Denard is a star dev. That's fine with me. Defensively, Josh Bush, I'm giving star dev. Julian Love also received star dev. Josh Bush, dude, he had a safety and he's consistently had triple-digit tackles since he was a rookie. And yeah, so he's getting star dev. Why would he not? Yeah, Julian Love gets star dev, and Bradley has star dev as well. Offensively, did I miss anything? No, I think our offense is fine. So apart from that, guys, time to move into the 4th and final season and the re-sign players. In the NFC East, Michael Thomas retires on the Philadelphia Eagles. I was about to say the Atlanta Falcons. Anyways, players ready to negotiate. Big Cat wants to be here. I want him here too. He resigns. And honestly, everyone else here can walk. Don't have an interest in them. How much money do we have to spend? I'll skip out on free agency. We're fine. Let's move into the draft. I am now trading away my 1st-round pick, my 2nd-round pick, another 2nd-round pick for Tre'Davious White, and this year's 6th-round pick. That 6th-round pick didn't really matter, but 4th and final year, we might as well go all out. So I am now going to get to the end of the draft because we have no draft capital, and the Bills use their pick to draft a corner. So this is the team going into the 4th and final season. We've already won the Super Bowl, so it really doesn't matter to me whether we win or lose. It'd be cool if we won, but Trey White here, Bradley, yeah, we got a great defense and a pretty good offense. I wish Daniel Jones was a little bit better, but what could you do? Anyways, let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, coming off a loss to the Cardinals. 11-6, top of the division. Cowboys are out. Let's go. As long as the Cowboys aren't winning, I'm happy. And here to face the 11-6 Green Bay Packers, who put us out in the wild card last year. Danny Dimes had a great year, actually. Let's see what we got. Top 10 QB, easy. Brock Purdy wins the Super Bowl MVP. Daniel Jones, 7th for league MVP. 2nd best offense in the NFL. Yeah, Danny Dimes had a great year. And defensively 10th somehow. 4,800 yards, 40 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Saquon Barkley, 14 touchdowns, 5.6 per carry, 1,600 yards. Maybe another offensive player of the year. CeeDee Lamb, 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns. Josh Downs, 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns. Darren Waller, 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Defensively, John Bush, 125 tackles for a loss, 22 for Kayvon Thibodeau. Sacks, 13.5 for Kayvon Thibodeau, 9.5 for Dexter Lawrence. 2 interceptions for Trevor Bradley. Safeties, 1 for Dexter Lawrence. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So we're going to see if we can beat the Green Bay Packers to move on to the divisional round in the 4th and final year. If we don't, it's fine. We've already won the Super Bowl, and we do. Here to face the league MVP, the 12-5 Brock Purdy San Francisco 49ers, and we do not beat the league MVP. So anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this video. I thank you guys all for watching. This was a successful rebuild with Darren Waller. I'm going to see if Saquon Barkley won 4 Offensive Players of the Years in a row. I think that would be fun for Giants fans to see. If they're still watching the video, most people have probably already clicked off, but I do appreciate for the people that have stayed. Brock Purdy, your league MVP, wins the Super Bowl, but Dre Greenlaw wins the Super Bowl MVP, and the Niners get their revenge on the Ravens in the Super Bowl. If you guys do remember that 2013 Super Bowl, Deebo Samuel wins Offensive Player of the Year, and not Saquon Barkley. Does Danny Dimes get Superstar Dev? He had a really, really good year, and he does not. CeeDee Lamb does get Superstar X Factor, and defensively, we look the same. So anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys all once again for watching, and let me know which team you'd like me to rebuild next, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.